Hey y'all, Rick here, back again with another 2024 Acura Integra, and this is the Acura Integra with Tech, the Acura Integra with Technology package. So I just washed this sucker. One thing you definitely want to do are get the rubber mats. You can see I've got my rubber mats, and they've got the A-Spec logo on them. There's not a speck of dust on this sucker because I just cleaned it. But you know, you see all those car videos, and you got the guys with the cars. They've got, you know, all the supercars and all that, and they've got millions of subscribers and hundreds of millions of video views. And some of them may be authentic, but you always question, you know, I don't know. So I'm just going to give you my unfiltered 2024 Acura Integra with Technology review. What's good, what's bad, and you know, to preface this video, I'll say, you know, I've been around the block with VAG, Volkswagen Audi Group. I've had two Audis. I've had two Volkswagens, and all four were riddled with electronics issues. I've also owned a few different BMWs, and they were pretty good. The only thing I didn't like about the BMWs were the run flat tires. They got, you know, it was really low mileage before you had to replace them, and if you waited, they would start just making a horrible noise, and they were super expensive to replace. But I can't really say anything terrible about BMW. They were pretty good vehicles. And I had a couple of Mercedes. Problems there. Not a fan of those. But Acura, this is actually my first Acura to own. So if you haven't watched my previous videos about my Acura Integra, subscribe, ring that bell, and check out my Acura, or check out my car videos playlist, and you can see videos of all my cars, including previous videos of this 2024 Acura Integra. But what do I think about it after almost 9,000 miles? My opinion is not tainted in any way. The only problem I've had, and this was a problem that is not Acura specific, but it was I got a flat tire. So I had to plug the tire, boom, back off to the races, no problem. The only other minor learning experience, and this was right after I got when I initially purchased this 2024 Acura Integra, was pairing with the Acura Link app. Apparently, and I didn't know this, but when you purchase a new vehicle, and I got this was 2024, really early in the game. So maybe it's not the case now, but it had to, Acura corporate had to activate something on their end before the Acura Link smartphone app would pair and function. And the dealer, and by the way, if you're looking for an Acura, contact Tommy Calhoun at Schottenkirk Acura, and tell Tommy Calhoun, call Schottenkirk, be like, may I speak with Tommy Calhoun, please? And they'll say, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. And be like, Rick's guy referred me to you, Tommy Calhoun. And he'll tell you all about all the Acuras. He knows a lot more about Acuras than I do. Tommy Calhoun at Schottenkirk Acura. But, yeah, as far as reliability is concerned, that was my only initial challenge, and that wasn't an issue. That wasn't a technology flaw or anything like that. It was just, you know, I should have been aware that, and they probably communicated it, and I just didn't see it. But, you know, if you're buying a new Acura, at least this one, I mean, right when it came out. Now, keep in mind, when this came out, they were just now, the 2024s were just now hitting the dealership's lots. So maybe if somebody purchased a 2024 Acura now, at the time of filming this video, it's March of 2024, maybe now that's already activated on the corporate end, who knows. But that was my only minor troubleshooting scenario, and it wasn't a problem. It just had to be activated by Acura corporate before the Acura Link app would work. As far as the seats are concerned, that's one thing I want to talk about, are the seats. This came in I think that's cool. That's one of the coolest features of this vehicle, how they etched the Integra name in there, and then they've got Acura inside the headlight. And these headlights look super cool at night. They're multiple bulbs, and they just give it a really sinister look. And I've got the A-Spec logo because I got the technology package. But yeah, looking in here at the door, everything's well made. This is a nice, I don't even think any vehicles use real leather anymore, but it's a very nice soft touch imitation leather. And then you've got this. This is called, I guess they call it Alcantara or whatever. I just call it fake suede. But it's really nice. It gives the vehicle a unique look. Word of caution, as you can see there, I wore a down jacket in here, and there's pieces of down feather. So this will, and I'm very, very particular about the interior of my vehicle, keep it very clean, but that's something to be aware of, that this Alcantara, this basically fake suede, it will collect stuff, so be aware of that. I put these in there, and I'll link them within this video's description. They're aftermarket red cup holder area covers, or pieces. I don't want to call them covers. I'll just call them things that, coasters for your car. The center console here is very generously sized, and you can put, 2 big drinks. It does have, because this is the 2024 Acura Integra A-Spec with technology, so I've got a wireless charging mat. Also does wireless Apple CarPlay. Everything about the interior is well made. The L Studio 3D is a very good sound system, very premium. And then you've got this very nice and large infotainment screen. You've got USB-C as in Charlie, USB-A as in Alpha. And then you've got a 12-volt, 180-watt max port. Plenty of charging options. I've got the mats out there because I washed my car. But see how clean I keep this? I mean, I keep my car clean like a boss. Let's get in the rear. One thing I do point out in the rear, whereas the front is soft touch there, this is hard touch. Cosmetically, it looks the same, but that's something you may discover if you have a lot of passengers. Typically, it's just me, riding around in this, so I don't haul people around, so really the back seat doesn't matter to me. And then you've got the seats back here are I don't know if it's real leather. I think it's probably fake leather, but they don't have the Alcantara. And I've got rubber mats in the rear too. And then I've got 2 USB Charlie ports back there. But it's very nice. It's got cup holders there. I mean, it's very well made, very comfortable. The only minor thing that people may notice, again, this is not soft touch back here. And as I mentioned, it's not Alcantara back there. It's just the fake leather. But as far as design, I mean, this sucker just looks unique. There's not another vehicle on the road currently that looks like the 2024 Acura Integra. And especially if you're looking for one, I highly recommend this color. This color is Apex Blue. There's other colors. Color is subjective. But if you get the Acura Integra in Apex Blue, it's the best color option by a long shot, in my opinion. It just makes the car look incredible. So aside from looks, how is the performance? Well, I didn't go with the manual transmission. Many people may want to go with the manual because apparently this is a very fun car to drive with the manual. I went with the automatic, which is a CVT. The fuel economy is exceptional. On the interstate, on a long trip, I was able to achieve over 40 mpg, over 40 miles per gallon. And I just used the cheapest unleaded gas, or if you're across the pond, you may call it petrol. I just use the cheapest petrol available, and I'm able to achieve that gas mileage. The tires, all 4 tires are the same size. I've rotated them, but you know, I haven't bothered with replacing them yet because I don't need to. Not until they're worn, but 4 tires of the same size. And that's handy because when you replace in the future, you can buy 4 of a kind instead of two like you have to do with many types of sports cars. So it's just a really, really good vehicle, comfortable to drive. Only minor gripe, especially if you're coming from Audi or BMW, you may notice the road noise and the wind noise is slightly more pronounced in this vehicle. You know, I wish they had added a little bit more acoustic treatments, but that's a small gripe, and it's not loud. But I just want to point that out. I mean, if you drove this and then drove an Audi or a BMW back to back, you would probably notice that the cabin, you do hear a little bit more road noise. You do hear a little bit of wind noise. It's not excessive, but it is a little bit more pronounced. Now, if you're coming from a different type of vehicle, you know, maybe this is your first quote unquote luxury vehicle, you may not even notice. But you don't see as many of these on the road as you do as like an Audi or a BMW. And the design just looks so much better. I mean, BMW and Audi recently, they're BMW especially, I mean, their exteriors just look pitiful. That's my opinion, but I can tell you how I feel. I don't have to sugarcoat anything. But would I buy this vehicle again? Without hesitation. Do I have any problems to report? No. If I do encounter problems, will I film a ton of videos about it and post it on YouTube? Without a doubt. But no, great vehicle. And, you know, it never goes to a car wash. I always hand wash it. Subscribe, check out my separate video, how to wash a car the proper way. And you can learn how to wash a car because it's clean now. That mat, I probably need to work on it a little bit. I got a little bit of stainage right there. I kind of shortcutted it with the mats, cleaned the car and hand dried the car very thoroughly, but yeah, it looks really good. And I mean, just small things like the wheels. Now, you know, that little brake or air stem nipple cover, whatever you call it, I added that aftermarket. I thought it looked cool. Little red nipple cover. But the wheels, I think they call them shark gray, I'm not sure, but they just have a really good appearance. And the value add of that also is that when you clean them, these don't tend to show brake dust and road grime like some other color wheels often do. So, I mean, I think those look great. If they had made the rotor a color instead of just silver, I think that would have been cool. You know, maybe make it red. Something else I would have liked, but I'm not offended. I wish they had offered this with the red seats. And they do in other exterior color options, but with the Apex Blue, at least when I got mine, it was either white, and I think black was another option, but I like the white, but it would have kind of been cool to have a blue exterior and a red interior, especially since they've got red on these little A-Spec logos. But I mean, that's just being nitpicky, man. You know, I'm not here to, some people nitpick things till they just go crazy, and I'm not here to do that. I'm just here to share my honest 2024 Acura Integra A-Spec with technology package. So this is the top trim Acura Integra, unless you go with the S, which I didn't go with that. I wanted fuel economy and performance. So that's why I got this trim, because I got it loaded up with all the niceties, but I achieve excellent fuel economy, and it's just a great vehicle. And like I said, you don't see that many of them on the road in comparison to BMW, Mercedes, Audi, you know. This just has a unique appearance. But yeah, I've been super happy with it. But if I encounter any issues, of course, I will film those videos and tell you all about it. Speaking of that, check out, subscribe, ring that bell, and check out my car videos playlist. And you can watch all my Audi videos. You can see all the rat's nest of troubleshooting fuses and all that I did with my various Audis. And Audis were great. They looked good. They achieved excellent gas mileage, but the electronics issues were just a nail in the coffin. And I don't know. I like my Audi A4, but when used car prices spiked, I'm like, it's time to get out of this sucker. And I dropped it. So unless Audi gets their game together, I'll probably never buy another Audi. And it sounds like Audi's probably going, at least they say they're going to go all electric. If they do that, I definitely won't be buying one. But this is my first Acura. And when I trade in a few years, I possibly could trade for another Acura just because it's a great car. I never liked them in the past because I thought the exterior just looked stupid. Especially a few years ago when they had the Acuras, it looked like they had a bird beak on the front. I just thought they looked pitiful, but they've really done it. They've knocked it out of the park with this 2024 Acura Integra. So I like it. I've got reliability. I've got a pleasing exterior appearance. I've got a comfortable and well-designed interior. And I've got technology that's built into the vehicle. I mean, I didn't even go into that. It's got lane sensing, it's got intelligent cruise control, it's got all kinds of, or I guess I should say adaptive cruise control, and it'll see vehicles in front of you and speed up or slow down. And I mean, it's got a thing you can push on to tell if you're swerving out of the lane or whatever. I mean, it's got some cool stuff, a lot of technology. And most importantly, I've got wireless Apple CarPlay, and I've got a wireless charging mat for my iPhone, so I don't have to deal with cables in the car. I just sit my iPhone down the wireless charging mat like a boss and let it charge while I drive. And it communicates with the car wirelessly for wireless Apple CarPlay, basically making the car like a big iPhone, which is pretty cool. But no problems. And you know, if there was, I would be thrilled to point it out within this video and future videos. And I hope I don't encounter any problems because I plan to keep this car for several years. And that's one reason. The other reason I went with Japanese vehicle this time, they typically tend to be, on paper, if you look at the numbers, Japanese vehicles tend to be a lot more reliable over the long haul than a German vehicle. So even though I like German vehicles, I'm going to take a vacation from German vehicles at least for a while and stick with Japanese vehicles. But like I said, I would buy this vehicle again, this 2024 Acura Integra with technology, A-Spec, buy it again without hesitation. And again, just as a reminder, if you're shopping for an Acura, whether it's an Integra or any other type of Acura, call Schottenkirk Acura. Ask for, say, may I speak with Tommy Calhoun, please? And they'll get Tommy on the phone and be like, Tommy, IRIX guy referred me. Tell me about Acuras. And Tommy will tell you all about it. Thanks for your viewership. Be sure to subscribe, ring that bell when you do, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. And as a quick reminder, check out my car videos playlist to see my other car videos too. And that includes my initial impressions and other videos of this 2024 Acura Integra. If you have any questions, comment below, and I'll try to post a video response to your question or questions. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain IRIX Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IRIX Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.